Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are about to start our session on the free Insight Timer app. So if you'd like to join us on Insight Timer to be part of the live discussion and interactive experience, please do join us there. I won't see any of your comments during the session here on YouTube. So come on over to the free Insight Timer app. Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome. So grateful to be together. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Vincent. Hi, Liz. You can see I have some special guests here. Hi, Brad. I'm so wonderful. I'm so wonderful. That's funny. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be together.
And you are so wonderful.
Thank you, Papa. I'm doing a little bit of multitasking here, so my brain is just finishing up a couple of things before we start our session today. Hi, Angela. Yes. Hi, Jen. Great to see you. One day we're going to have to get together in person. We have a really sweet, intimate meditation group that meets on Tuesdays on Kailua side. If you ever want to come, we meet at 5:30 at a park in the evenings. All right, this is still uploading here, so I'm just going to turn that off. Here we are together. My friends, how is our sound? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, DM me. I'll give you the details. Hi, Camille. Oh, so great to be together. Okay, thanks, Angela. Wonderful. And let's hear a little bit from the back here. You in the back. Let's hear how your voices are sounding to our community.
Go ahead.
You go. No.
I love you. I'm so grateful and excited to be here with you, especially with our beautiful darling and my wonderful husband.
And I'm the wonderful husband, and this is my wonderful daughter, and this is my magnificent wife.
Thank you. And I'll give them a proper introduction in just a moment. How's the sound, my friends? Could you hear both of them? I tried to set the mic up today in a way that would allow everyone to be heard.
Britt said it's great.
Awesome. Hi, Britt. Hi, Monica. Wonderful. All right. Lovely. Well, let us officially begin. Hi, Isis. So nice. Long time. I know it's late. Thank you, friends. Thanks for taking some time out of your day for us to be together. For anyone that I'm getting to meet for the first time, my name is Selena, and it is just such my heart's joy to be together. We have these weekly live sessions where we come together as community, we meditate, we discuss different topics, we support each other. And I usually lead a weekly yoga asana session as well. You can find all of my lives on my profile page. I also have a lot of recorded content here for free and also under the plus side of things on the app. And under my About section on my profile, you can find a Linktree link if you'd like to stay more connected and find out other ways to be together. Hi, Melinda. So, as you can see, I have two very, very special guests today. Together, that's not what I wanted to say, but yes, we can be together. These are my first two teachers, my first two loves, my beloved parents who are not just beautiful people who I love, but also beautiful teachers in the world. They are such embodiments of love in their own ways, such embodiments of the jewels of spiritual teachings that bring us closer to one another, closer to ourselves, and live inside of the embodiment of being the beautiful beings of light that we are. And now that I've said that, before I give them a full introduction, I just like to say if I say, or if either of any of us say anything today that doesn't resonate for you, maybe it's like I just said that we're beings of light. If you're like, this is nonsense, or if we say the word soul or God or Allah, anything like this, if it doesn't resonate for you, no issue. We are not here to say you need to agree with us, that you need to believe what we believe. I wholeheartedly welcome you here, just as you are, with your beliefs, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking. This is a open, all-inclusive space for each of us to be here. And this is also a space for us to really be here as we are, without feeling like we need to be happy or peaceful or perfect in some way. You can be a hot mess here, and you are fully welcome and fully loved. And that is just the human experience, isn't it? Hi, Leslie. Hi, Neil. Hi, Martina. So, again, a warm welcome to everyone, and warm welcome to my beloved father, Jonas Magrum. You can find here on the app, an amazing teacher who is already here on the app and is going to be offering more lives. My beloved mother, Sandy. And I think what I'd like to do, we have the special treat today. Hi, Satoko, of having my father, Jonas, lead us in a meditation experience. So I'm very much looking forward to this. And I'll let him give just a brief introduction of himself, anything he'd like to share with our community. And there will be a point where Sandy can share a little bit more about herself. Again, both of them, they're both on the app as well. If you'd like to experience more of their teachings and offerings, I will just write their names here in the chat. If you would like to look them up, follow them, stay tuned into their work, I'm always encouraging them to share more. So, with all of that, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's all do the centering technique together, and then Jonas will lead us in a meditation. If you can't move your body, you can absolutely just visualize this and still have experience benefits from this. This is an ancient yogic technique to help us feel more balanced and centered in our lives and in the moment. So, as you can see, we're going to start with the hands at the heart center. Let's relax the shoulders. And there are different ways that we can practice this. I like to do this with an intentional focus of long, slow breaths. This helps to slow down the nervous system, slow down the mind, and bring us into a more relaxed state, among the other more energetic, esoteric benefits of this technique. So I'm going to mirror you. Sandy and Jonas will probably follow my verbal cues. Let's take a breath in and out together. And when you're ready, let's inhale, reach the right arm all the way up, and the left hand's going to come down by the navel. All the fingers point up. Exhale really slowly, all the way to the heart. Inhale the other arm all the way up. The bottom hand keeps all of the fingers pointing up toward the sky. Exhale slowly. And we'll do it one more time with the right hand reaching up. Inhale. Exhale really slowly. Once you're back at the heart, maybe close your eyes for a moment. Feel your palms and fingers touching. Soften your belly, your shoulders. And if your eyes are closed, open them. Thank you. So I'll trade places and we'll welcome Jonas to lead us in meditation.
Thank you, Selena.
Thank you, Papa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Selena's pop, Jonas, and that's probably the best qualification to be here possible because I love her so dearly. I'm so proud of her for sharing her light and her love and her wisdom and her kindness and compassion with all of you and with so many others. And it's just such a joy to be here. So I thought of what I wanted to do a meditation about today, and it actually ties to the way my hair looks. Often when I have a session of my own, a coaching call, whatever, I'll put my hair back so it looks really neat, and then I'll put water on it. But the truth is that that's maybe a facade or part of who I am, part of who all of us are. But there's also the messy part of us that Selena uh, uh, alluded to earlier. So maybe we could just do a meditation on loving the messy part of ourselves. What do you say?
Sounds great.
So I invite you to, if you can, if it's safe to do so, close your eyes. If you're driving, you don't want to close your eyes. And also, if you're uncomfortable closing your eyes, maybe you could just close them part way and just have your gaze downward towards the floor so that you're not distracted or distractions are minimized. Okay. So, eyes closed. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it for a couple beats and then exhale again through the mouth. Again, inhaling through the nose. Hold it for a couple beats and exhale through the mouth. And do that one more time. And if you choose sigh as you exhale, you're on mute. No one can hear you here. So just inhale through the nose, hold for a couple beats, and exhale through the mouth. Very good. And now just continue to breathe naturally in and out. I think it's a good practice just for today anyway to breathe in and out both through the nose, through the nostrils. And with each breath, just allow your attention to settle into the heart area. With each exhale, just find the attention sinking more deeply into the heart. Settling into that sweet, soft space of love. And as our awareness settles more deeply with each breath into our heart center, just feel the tension, the contracted energies that most of us carry in this area. Just feel them begin to relax so the heart can open more fully. Just another breath or two, sinking deeply into this space of love, our heart center, this sweet, soft, delicate place of connection with ourselves and with all of life. If thoughts are present, that's fine. We don't argue with them, don't try to push them out. Just allow them to be. And just innocently favor this awareness of the heart. And in this space of softness, of relaxation, of connectedness, I invite you to imagine yourself sitting opposite you. Maybe the hair isn't perfect, or the complexion isn't perfect, or the body isn't perfect. And so often we focus on these imperfections, but today, just for our meditation, I invite you just to pour love on whatever it is about yourself sitting opposite you. Just pour love into that part of you, over that part of you, accepting, caressing, nurturing that part which you have held in judgment. Maybe there's a personality quirk. Maybe you make mistakes at work or elsewhere. Maybe you procrastinate. Whatever the imperfection is, I just invite you to direct a beam of soft, delicate love from your heart into that area that needs love in you. And please don't be concerned that by loving and nurturing and accepting these imperfections, this doesn't mean that we can't grow. It doesn't mean that we can't strengthen these areas. But as many of us know, the best way to nurture the growth of a child is to love them, to forgive them, to love them, to encourage them. And that's all I'm asking each of us to do today, to pour that same unconditional love, acceptance, support into ourselves. So please just continue in silence for a few minutes, pouring this love into yourself. And just before we end our meditation, I invite you to direct that same love, that same loving energy to everyone on this call. Uplifting, caressing, nurturing every soul, every person on this call. And when you're ready, just start moving your hands and feet a little bit, and then slowly open the eyes. Oops. Oh, hi, everyone.
Made me tear up, Martina said.
Oh, hi, Martina. I thank you for the feedback. Any other feedback on this little meditation we just did?
What was it like for you?
Yeah, what was it like for you?
What do you
What are you aware of? My coach is helping out back here. Okay, any other thoughts?
Mm.
Healing. Very nice, April. Thank you. Thank you. All right, dear ones. Thank you, Melinda. Ah, thank you, Allison. All right, I'm going to turn things very good. Thank you, Leslie and Agota. Oh, very good. You're all so beautiful and so sweet, and love's the answer. We hear that all the time. Okay, so I'm going to turn things back over to Selena. And thank you all so much for allowing me this opportunity.
What a treat. Yeah. My heart just softens in that ocean of his love and that comes through his voice. So grateful. So, for anyone who has joined our session a little late, this beautiful meditation was shared by Jonas Maygram, a wonderful teacher here on the app who is also my wonderful papa.
Don't forget about your
Wonderful.
other
No.
guests.
Oh,
Those who
I
come.
haven't forgotten
I
about
don't
my other
either.
guest. uh, thank you, friends. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. I am feeling the beauty and the power of the three of us being together. It's like our individual lights are merged into this one really bright light, and it's so beautiful. And we are, oh, Annie, yeah, that tenderness. It also makes me think of how, if you choose to consider this as a possibility or you believe this for yourself, that each of us are light. We are this beautiful ray of light. And when we come together, the light becomes brighter. Now, obviously, we have many kinds of relationships with people. So sometimes we come together with certain people and all of our triggers come up and all of our old hey patterns come up, and it's not a bright light in that moment, right? But there is that possibility. I love that image of someone who's really cultivated their light, whatever they're doing, maybe meditation, shadow work, plant medicine, whatever they've been doing in their life. They've been healing and finding that wholeness that each of us are, and their light is bright. And then they go around in the world, and their light ignites the spark or the flame in others to help them become brighter. It's like, taking a candle flame and going around and lighting all of the other candles. We get to be this light for each other in the world. And we have days where we feel messy, where we are messy. We have days where we feel totally lost in the darkness. Anyone here ever felt lost in the darkness? Anyone here ever been really angry? Anyone here ever been really sad or scared? Anyone here ever felt really insecure? Right? We have these human experiences of all of these emotions. Sometimes we feel so lost. Anyone ever gone through a dark night of the soul for like a year straight?
7.
So, right, 7 years straight. So, I'm sharing this because I know sometimes we can feel really disheartened, as if the pains that we experience and the challenges that we go through mean that there's something wrong with us, or that we can't ever evolve, or that we're backtracking, right? How many of us feel like, oh no, I'm going backwards? The path of healing, the path of awakening, it's not linear. It goes like this. And then, like, we find ourselves on a new plateau. Yes. So I just love the meditation that Jonas is offering. And I love just bringing this into our hearts, into our minds, maybe even into our daily lives, to pour love on all these parts of ourselves that we might otherwise reject, that we might otherwise judge, to practice loving all of those parts. Because as this one taught me from a very young age, those monsters inside. Maybe you want to share that story. I think that'd be really nice. These parts of us that feel so dark are like little creatures inside of us of bad stuff. They're really just parts of us that are in pain, that are hurting. They don't need more judgment. They don't need to be flagellated to get into action. They need our compassion. Maybe they need room to breathe, or room to scream, or room to sob, or room to just feel lost. But they need us. So, with that, I think I would like to turn over, uh, turn things over to beloved Sandy, my beloved mama. And do you know the story I'm referencing for you to maybe share with everyone? Yeah, the green slimy creature.
Yes.
You were like, what is this story going to be about? And actually, because my papa didn't share, I'll just give a brief intro here, very brief, because there's a long list of things I could share. Both of these beautiful beings have been meditating for over 50 years and have also been meditation instructors for over 50 years. And not only that, but they've both been in their own ways, right? The journey's like this, it's not like this. In their own ways, they've both been so deeply devoted to their own awakening, to peace, to being lights in the world, to being kind, to being loving. My dad has been offering benefit concerts annually for like 30 years now. My mom, I mean, there's so many things I could say about both of them. So I just really wanted to name that, yes, they're beautiful beings and they're beautiful teachers. And there's a reason that they're here other than being my wonderful parents. They have decades of experience, devotion, dedication, and being in this journey that we're all in, and unbounded wisdom to share from all of that, and many, many trainings that they've gone through that also qualify them to be here. So, with all of that, I welcome Sandy.
Ooh, I'm moving. What a joy to be here with you. And with these beautiful, beautiful parts of my soul. So, I was going to tell a different story,
Go
but
for it.
this is a very powerful story Selena wants me to share. When I was like, under 5, I knew that I had no body. I was just kind of joy and innocence. And when I was about 10, I realized that my purpose in life was to bring and share joy with the world, with every heart that wasn't feeling that, every heart that was hurting. And then life happened. And the roller coaster ride of ups and downs, up and down started. So the time that Selena is talking about is I had been married for 5 months, and I had Selena, and no. 5 months after Selena was born, this time happened. I'd been married longer. And Jonas took me to a movie with some friends. The movie was called Reds. And I walked in that show being me, and I walked out a totally different person in a totally different place in my life. For the next 7 years, maybe 6.5, I was lost. I was depressed. But the one thing that Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, my first guru, taught me was introspection. When something is happening in my life, to look inside instead of pointing a blaming finger out that something was the matter with Jonas's and my marriage. Something was the matter with having a new baby. Something was the matter with having 2 children at this time. I looked inside of myself and I realized that whatever I was going through had nothing to do with anything outside of me, that it was all mine. So I'm living in this time and fairly miserable. And Jonas and I are driving to Carmel one day, Carmel in California, beautiful beach area. And he said, "What's the matter with you?" He said, "I noticed that you're not, you just don't seem happy." And I said, "I don't know. I don't know what's the matter." He said, "Well, why don't you go inside and look inside and maybe find out?" I had no idea really what he was talking about, except my introspection, which I had been doing, and it really hadn't given me a big clue so I could switch. So I went inside, I closed my eyes, and I went inside, and I met all these different parts of myself that I didn't even know existed. My teenager, my little girl, my married woman, my crone, the man inside of me. I met all these different beings. And then I found myself in this place, dark place, where there was thing this thing that was about 3.5 feet tall. It was green and slimy, and it had bright red eyes and big fangs drooling and big long claws. And all it wanted to do to me was shred me, not kill me and make it end, but shred me, just shred me, just shred me. So I, like a bat out of hell, as my mom would say, jumped out of that place and came back into the car. And I told Jonas what I had experienced, and he said, "Well, do you think that could be a part of yourself?" I was so appalled that he could think that horrible, slimy, horrible monster could be me. He said, "Go back down there again." And I said, "No, I'm not going back down there." And he said, "Go back down there again." So I went back down there and I looked at this being with different eyes for some reason. And I asked her who she was, and she wouldn't talk to me. She wouldn't talk to me. She turned her back on me and just, then turned around and just glowered at me. And I can't read your comments because I'll lose track. So I asked her who she was, and she showed me. She was the small part of me that when my mommy went away to have my baby brother, I think I was 3.5, that my mom never came back to me. She didn't pass away or die. She came back home with a brand new baby. So what was my mom doing? Totally immersed in this new child, taking care of it. And it was a boy, not a little girl who she was familiar with. And so I felt my mom had left me, that my mom didn't love me anymore. So I started to put parts of myself away so I would be loved. The noisy, rambunctious little girl part, I kind of put away. And I recognized that what this monster was that part of myself that I had put away. I put her away and forgot about her. And at first she was waiting in anticipation for me to, I want to cry, for me to come and get her and love her. And then it turned to fear. She was all alone in this terrible, dark place. And she didn't want God. She didn't want anybody else. She wanted me. And I didn't come. And then she got angry. It all starts with that. We want to be loved. Then the fear comes. And then all those other contracted emotions move out of fear. And she got very angry. And she got very, very angry. And until she turned into this monster whose whole purpose in life truly was to be loved, but was to kill me. And not kill me, make me suffer as much as she had. So when I realized that, I said, "Oh my God, I had no idea. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. If I had known, I would have come sooner." But she didn't want to hear any of that, none of it. And so I said, "I'm going to take a walk. Do you want to join me?" No reaction. And so I started walking and I had my hand down. And after 3 or 4 steps, this little monster hand came and put her hand in my hand. And after another 3 or 4 steps, she was my little girl walking with me in joy. And the reason this whole thing happened was because in the world, I was having a hard time with Selena, my new baby. I was having this kind of like, it's going to sound terrible, but a love-hate relationship. There is nothing more precious than your child. And especially when it's this sweet, beautiful little girl. Of course, I felt that way about my sweet, beautiful little son, but I didn't understand why part of me just wanted to push her away. And the other part, she was the most precious part of my life and my being. And so I saw that Selena helped, that love, this reaction I was having to my own child, my own small child. She was about 2.5 at this time, had given me the opportunity to find and heal that part of myself that only wanted me, didn't want God, didn't want anything else but me, to allow her to be who she was, allow her to be loved fully by me and accepted by me in her ugly, horrible, terrifying state and in her beautiful child state. So the answers for me, I've always found inside. And sometimes I have to look deeper than I've ever looked before. I've done these inner journeys a lot since that time. And I've dealt with all those beautiful people inside, waiting for me to come back to that part of me and embrace and love and make okay that part of me in both forms, the beauty part and the ugly part. So thank you. I love you all. And you're perfect just the way you are. And in every moment when you become aware, you have a chance in that moment to shift your thoughts, shift your energy, and maybe find someone inside of yourself, in your own heart, that needs you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Buna. Thank you. Yeah, stick around. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? Oh, see all these shares, Mom? I have tears now too. Wow, thank you so much for sharing. In the darkest times, look around. You may be the light that hit home today. See, oh, we need these reminders, don't we? If anyone has ever gone on the journey of the inner child healing meditation that I have here on the app, that is inspired from the very first inner journey my mom guided me into when I was 9, where my mom guided me into this beautiful place in nature, and then to find those parts of myself that were in pain. So uh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you both so much. So beautiful. What do you think? Should we go on the road? Little baby, parent child trio. Oh, Britt, I'm so glad you're here, love. How can we support as community? And I would love to just check in and just see if you have anyone that you have to support you right now. Do you have people you can call? Do you have a health professional, mental health or healthcare professional you're working with? Yeah, big group hugs.
You might just briefly.
You can say just so that we can hear.
Hi, everyone. One thing all of us, I hope, that are on today's call have discovered is this value of what in Eastern tradition is called satsang. And it's just where we come together as spiritual aspirants. And just our being together alone helps amplify our awakenedness, and it also nurtures us. It gives us hope and inspiration. Sometimes I describe our community as, we're all climbing a mountain together, and we're all tied together with a rope around our waist, and we're moving together. Somebody slips, others are there to pick them up, and nobody races ahead. We're all a community of awakening beings, and I hope, was it Britt? I hope that Britt and everyone here finds some nurturing just from our being together.
Yeah. Thank you, Papa. Yeah, right. And I think that's just so invaluable because we go through periods where we don't have all of the answers, right? We go through, yeah, most of the answers. And we go through periods of big time challenges. We go through periods of not having the things that we want or even need at times. And it'd really be nice on some level to just wave some magic wand and have everything be okay. But because that's not the case, what do we have available to us to support us getting through the challenging times? So, what Jonas is speaking to, community, and not just community. Sometimes our community is people who just sit around and gossip all day and bring each other down, right? So, when we're speaking about community, we're saying people who are coming together with the intention of being with a commitment to remember that we are light even in the darkness. This desire or this, yeah, just that, the intention or the commitment to keep turning toward the light even when we feel like we have nothing left to take us forward.
Just reading, Selena, as you were speaking, so many beings on this call reaching out to Britt and sharing their love and support. And I hope, Britt, that you're able to feel their love there.
Britt, I'll read your comment. Britt sharing, I'm feeling a lot of fear. Don't know what else to do. I've applied for over 300 jobs. I have rent paid through September. And if I don't get a job, I'll drive back east to live with my brother. I don't want to move, but I don't have any other options. So grateful for IT, for your teachings. Oh, just taking a breath with you, love. Let's just take a breath together. Can we do that? Just place your hands on your heart, maybe one on the belly too. Soften the belly. Let's take a deep breath in. And then just exhale, let it go. And if the tears come, that's okay too. Inhale. And one more breath.
We could do some releasing with Britt,
Yeah. Britt, if you wish, feel free to reach out to Jonas, DM Jonas here on the app, Jonas Magrum, and maybe Jonas can support you through some releasing, which is it's a beautiful technique called the release technique that he is going to start probably leading
Tomorrow.
on live sessions.
Tomorrow.
Maybe even as soon as tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time when Sandy's live is scheduled. He'll probably pop on as a special guest. So reach out. It's a fantastic technique. And I, I, I just want to share this because it's really served me in my life. And Britt, as you know, and anyone who's spent any time with me knows, um, wherever you are, I honor that. And I don't ever think that you should agree with me. If you do and it serves you, beautiful. Otherwise, just leave it. I feel, though, to share this because it served me so much in my life. And it's that teaching that sometimes I feel like I want to like punch the person who says this to me, but it always serves me. And it's the teaching that says life is happening for me, not to me. And when we're going through really painful or challenging times, sometimes I want to like kick that teaching, in the face. Not really, but, sometimes that teaching really, really rubs me the wrong way and actually triggers me. But it's served me so tremendously because it's a mindset shift for me. Um, like all of us, I have gone through many, many challenges in my life, and it's like that, right? Life is contraction, expansion, and when I have really taken in this mindset, this way of thinking that life is happening for me, not to me. And it's also from them raising me, really. They really ingrained in me uh, a sense of seeing the world through the glass half full. They really instilled optimism into my consciousness in my life, and I'm ever grateful to both of you for that. So when I really am able to take a breath and consider this teaching or this mindset that my life is happening for me, not to me, I always find silver linings. And I remember at different times, Saimam, my beloved teacher, has helped us to kind of, look at our own lives. And Ma has said, yeah, I remember at one time Ma said, so many of you at one point came to me and said, oh, Ma, this horrible thing has happened. My husband left me. I lost my job. Things that in the moment felt like the worst possible thing. And then Ma said, and then later on, you came back to me and you said, Ma, you will be amazed, but that awful thing was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, I'm not saying, Britt, that that's what this is. I'm not at all saying, trying to make light of something that probably feels very devastating. I'm again just sharing in my life that this teaching has served me because it's helped me to see that something good has come out of the total crap situations. And even if I couldn't see it in the moment, it's given me a little hope to keep taking one step after the next. Because sometimes we feel so disheartened, we don't even know how to take another step. So I just feel called to share that, my love. Yeah. Yeah. I hear that. Well, again, you know where to reach out, love. And you know that we have the group Love Heals All on the app. You're totally welcome to come there, share, receive support, DM me, DM them. Yes, you're so, so, so cared for here and not just words. I know you know that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm saying thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting us in. And thank you for letting us all come together as a community to be with you in this moment. Even if nothing else any of us have said today feels helpful, may you feel this love that's here for you. And may that help to fuel you and support you as you navigate these challenges that you're going through. Love you, love you, love you. And for anyone who's feeling something or can relate to what Britt is going through in any way, may you take in all of this love that is here from our community as community. So we just have a little longer to be together today. Um, just taking a moment to drop in and see where we're going next. Do either of you have? Oh, this is sharing something. I'd like to read that. This is sharing. There's a proverb which I find so helpful in hard times. Every rejection is God's protection, or every rejection is a redirection. Yeah, I love that one. Every rejection is a redirection. Yeah, that's totally glass half full thinking, right? Every rejection is a redirection. And I just saw your comment, Brett, earlier. We're actually all from the Bay Area. And I lived in the Bay Area even after they had moved us out of the Bay Area. I moved back at a point. And, aside from the financial burden that so many experience in the Bay Area, it's also really intense to live there energetically if you're sensitive to things like that. It's a lot. It's a lot to be inside of regularly. if that resonates for you. Do either of you have anything you feel like sharing with the community, or any questions you want to ask the community before we start to come to a close? Yes, April, my mom does have a live IT, and her next one is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Check out Sandy's profile, Sandy Magram. 1 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, probably with a special guest.
Yes. And I just wanted to reply to Marcy's question, asking me if I could share my experience that I was going to share. Today's not the time. And tomorrow I would love to have Jonas lead us in a wonderful releasing technique that will really, really give you a wonderful tool to help in any moment. But the week after, I will make the session about that.
Great.
And it's very now. So
Great.
thanks, Marcy. And thank you all for your wonderful, I love your interaction. Sometimes it's hard for me to get my people on IT to say something or to share. So when you're sharing all of this, it's so much of a gift to not only us, so we know what's happening and that we're reaching you and loving you, but also for everybody else in this big family that we are today.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. Any questions you want to ask our community, or thoughts you have to share, wisdom?
No, just to thank everyone for being here and for supporting one another. And that includes the three of us. And I do have the desire to start doing live sessions again. It's been a while. And how do people know if I'm having a live session?
So when you follow Jonas or Sandy, you can go to their profile page, and under the live section, or even just on that main page on a teacher's profile, you'll see their live sessions that have been scheduled. So once they've scheduled them, please check them out. You can click that little, I think it's still a little bell icon, to receive notifications of when they do create new sessions or upload new tracks, things like this. So I highly encourage that. Anything else you wanted to say?
Thank you.
Okay, great.
What?
Annie says, Jonas, I love your messy hair. Me too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so grateful. So grateful. Can you see? Can you see, my friends? I am very, very blessed to have been raised with their love and wisdom. And we've all continued to grow together and teach each other and learn from each other, grow with each other.
Push each other's buttons.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Regularly. We've gotten a lot better though, haven't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all alike, but we have some big personality likenesses, so it's easy to do that sometimes. But we've learned to heal and to tend to those triggered places quite well, I think. Wouldn't you say? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, literal angels looking over my shoulder, embodied angels looking. Which one do you think is the devil and which one is the angel?
That's pretty obvious.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining us and for just being part of holding the space as I shared, as they shared their wisdom today.
And sometime I might just do a concert for you.
Absolutely. So if for anyone who's not aware, Jonas is an absolutely wonderful musician, singer, songwriter, and has just so much beautiful music to share. So you can also look for a live session that is him sharing his music. I'm guessing maybe some guitar and singing. Is that what you have in mind? Yeah. So if you'd like to just be in some heart nourishing, lovely music, that will also be something coming from Jonas. Yes. Yes, Marcy.
Yes.
There's this old teaching that says if you think you're enlightened, spend a week with your family. Or if you want to know how enlightened you are, spend a week with your family. Hey, I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we're doing pretty well.
3 weeks, twice a year. More than that.
I love you. Anything else you wish to share, my friends? Anyone needing something or have a burning question before we start to come to a close today? I'm so, so grateful for you. So grateful. Oh, I'm so glad, Britt. I'm so glad, love. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. You are so not alone. Oh, great. Please do an encore family session sometime. Oh, so grateful for you, Agota. Ah, yes. Great question. Annie's asking, and we have an expert here. Anxiety over climate change. Any tips? Can you hear him when he's speaking back here, friends?
I imagine so.
Just want to make sure. Okay, great.
Annie, I've been a deeply committed climate activist for 8 or 10 years now. I've taken an arrest. I've written innumerable articles and such. And I think, honestly, there was a wisdom that our first teacher, my guru, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, said, see the job, do the job, and stay out of the misery. So certainly there are many scary challenges going on in the world today and in our country that could have, like climate change, that could upset the future of all life on our planet significantly. So the thing is our suffering and fear doesn't contribute at all to solving the problem, right? It's just, because when I'm stressed, when I'm afraid, my mind doesn't think as clearly and as creatively. So the key is to let go, really. And that's what tomorrow's session that Sandy is leading and that I'll do this release process is about. Just really willing to let go of our arguing with what is so that we can be at peace. And from that peaceful place, take steps to make the world better, to make life better for us and others. I hope that helps. It's not much time to address such a big question. But peace is always with us. It is our nature. At least that's what my experience is. So, seek thee first the kingdom of heaven within, and then we'll deal with the rest of the world.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Paris. So tomorrow's live is under Sandy's profile. I'll drop her name here in the chat again. You can look up Sandy Magrum, and then you can get a notification for the session and join the session. You can sign up for it. It is at 1 p.m. Eastern.
7 o'clock here.
Right. Isn't that 1 p.m.? 6
From
hours?
7.
Yeah. Yes. 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Any other final shares, my loves, before we come to a completion?
Find something to laugh about today.
Love yourself. Just love yourself. Find something to love yourself about.
Maybe, yes. And maybe just go on YouTube and say, or Google funniest videos ever, and just watch a couple of them, just to let your heart relax a little.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
love you.
Mhm.
I love you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
And thank you to Insight Timer.
Yes. Great gratitude to Insight Timer, who continues to create this space and have this space where we can be together. It is such a gift. If you're not already a subscriber of the new Plus feature and you have the financial means to do so, I highly recommend it. There's a whole new wave of content under Plus content, and you have access to all of the courses. It's just fantastic. And it's quite minimal. And of course, it's relative. Some of us don't even have an extra penny, and that's completely understandable. But if you do, I highly encourage it. And of course, if you feel genuinely from your heart called to donate for today's session, we're always so grateful for those love offerings that you share with us. Of course, money is energy. It's not a bad guy, it's an energy, and it allows things to move in our lives. So if you feel called, with great gratitude for you for that.
Thank you, Agota.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Gotha.
Love you all.
Oh, love you,
So
love you,
much.
love you. So much gratitude. So again, you can catch these two beautiful beings tomorrow at 1 p.m. here on the app under Sandy's profile. We'll be together again next week, same time, same place for another one of these sessions. And next week, we'll also be meeting again for our yoga asana session on Friday that we usually have. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. Eastern.
And thank you to Melinda and Camille for that gift.
Yes. Thank you, beloveds. I love you. I'm so grateful. See you soon. And remember, that was for anyone. Remember, if you're not here on Insight Timer, to join us on Insight Timer next time. Why? I love you. Love you all. Thank you.